Hello dear friends, welcome again to my channel Geotechnical Engineering Consultancy. Today I will be telling you all about significance of settlement observed in pile load test as per Indian Standard Code IS 2911 Part 4 2030. That is, actually I will be discussing with you all about load settlement curve, its importance and the factors governing pile load test and its results. Now, the first slide of mine in this video shows what the settlement observed in pile load test actually signify as per pile load test Indian Standard Code IS 2911 Part 4 2013. Load settlement interrelation. In any pile load test, the maximum allowable settlement is either 12 mm or 10% of the pile diameter for a straight board cast in situ uniform diameter pile, and it is either 12 mm or 7.5% of the bulb diameter in case of underbeam pile for and up to 600 mm diameter piles as prescribed and defined in this Indian Standard Code for both kind of piles, whether it is an initial test or routine test. Now, pile load test arrangement. The first image shows the pile load test arrangement wherein the bags were placed on the girders to arrive at the cartridge arrangement to be done for this very particular pile load test. And the second image shows the hydraulic jack with suitable load frames in which the dial gauges LVDTs placed on the datum bars have been showed here for your reference, please. Now the factors governing pile load test and its results. Whether it is an initial or routine test, the number one point. Number two, on settlement criteria. Number three, factors influencing maximum settlement which actually are dependent on the type of soil, that is the stratigraphy of the site, pile length and diameter, and the loading method, that is static or dynamic. Point 4 is load settlement curve generated for the set pile load test, and point 5 is few other practical considerations. Now, the first point, that is initial pile load test versus routine pile load test. In case of initial pile load test, the test determines the ultimate load carrying capacity of a single pile. It is intended to be conducted on an initial test pile cast in situ at site at the initial stage of the project to determine the load carrying capacity of the pile concerned. Third, it is generally loaded either to its ultimate load or to 2.5 times the estimated safe load whichever occur earlier. In case of routine pile load test, the test verifies the performance of a pile for a specified design working load, the first point. The second point, it is carried out on a working pile with a view to check whether the said pile is capable of taking the working load assigned to it without exceeding the safe permissible limit as per Indian Standard Code. Third, it is in general mostly loaded up to 1.5 times the working load. Next, the second is the settlement criteria. In case of initial test, the safe allowable load is most often taken as 2/3 of the ultimate load at which the total settlement produced is 12 mm, or as half the ultimate load at which the total displacement, that is the settlement, is 10% of the pile diameter in case of uniform diameter piles and 7.5% of the bulb diameter in case of underream piles as a different settlement criteria. And the least of the two is adopted as the safe vertical load of a single pile in compression. Routine test. The maximum settlement during a routine test is typically limited to a maximum value of 12 mm for piles of diameter up to and including 600 mm and 18 mm or 2%, whichever is less, of the respective pile diameter for piles of diameter more than 600 mm, or as stated in the design specifications if at all. Now, third factor, that is the factors influencing maximum settlement. What are those factors? The soil type, that is whether the soil is cohesionless sand or cohesive clay. These kind of soils significantly affect the settlement of piles. The type of soil. The second case is that in this very case, after this first has been explained, that the type of soil surrounding the shaft forming skin friction component and the kind of soil met with at the pile tip forming its end bearing component ultimately decides the settlement produced for the tested pile. Negative skin friction or downward drag, if any, also impacts the settlement of the pile. Pile length and diameter also influences the settlement behavior of the pile. And the last, the fifth one, after these four, loading method, that is whether the pile is subjected to static or dynamic loading, affects the pile settlement. Fourth case, load settlement curve. The load settlement curve, wherein the settlement in mm is usually drawn depicted on x-axis versus applied incremental load in ton on y-axis, informs us about the behavior of a pile under increased loads. Second case, second point, analyzing the load settlement curve helps us in determining the ultimate load carrying capacity of the said stated pile tested, that is its allowable load for a permissible settlement, after which it is concluded that whether the tested pile is safe for its design load or not. And the last one, the practical considerations. After the pile load test have been done, these are very critical for cross-verifying the design load assumptions of the stated pile and ensuring the structural integrity of the foundation of which they are to be in that very case of an initial test. They are to be in case of an initial test or are the part of in case of a routine test. The pile load test results are used to determine and decide the allowable load of an individual pile, and overall we decide whether the stated pile tested is safe for the design load or not. That is our primary aim of getting this pile load test done. Thank you for your patient hearing. One can also watch my short video on the same subject matter at the following link: https://youtube.com/shorts/6WS_B VPQ. Thank you very much.